Okay, looks like we're actually live. I don't know for how long. I know if there's a few of you there in chat, so we're just gonna hang tight here for a few seconds. The internet, something literally went down as soon as I hit stream. I think I streamed for maybe 5 seconds. It felt like I was, and then that was it, and I was gone. And now I spent like the last few minutes trying to figure out what's going on, but now the internet is uh, back up, it seems. So if you do see this in the chat there and you do hear me, please let me know. And I'm going to repost on all the social medias and stuff. So please let me know if you're there. It looks like we're actually going for it. We are going to play some Mountains of Madness, which is good because that's a fun game. I'm going to do it 2-player, and we're going to see here if I can get this working. So let me just do this here. I want to do that. And we'll go over here. Okay. Now let's see here. PJ Salt. What does that mean? Does that mean yes, you see me? Okay, good. All good. Thank you, gentlemen. So yeah, so let's just get a little rolling here. I have get my cameras up. This will take a second to queue up. There we go. There's all our cameras. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. Seems to be my luck with this thing. So we're going to play a little bit of Mountains of Madness. I'll go over to our Logitech cam. You can see I have randomly drawn two fine young ladies. The first one on the left there is the librarian, and she has a couple of different special abilities. I drew a random startup event card. You can see that there right above the dice. I'll explain that in a second. But I've got the librarian on the left and the actress, and she is also starting off here. So we have the Mountains of Madness, and we're going to go back to our main camera there, and you can see them out here in the various spots. And I am going to just give you a quick explanation. I do have the Rise of the Elder Things, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. So we'll move over here, and this is our villain here. So these are just going to be these little dingbats that fly around. They do tie in directly there. You can see with the Antarctica board over there, the Mountains of Madness stuff. So when they come out here, we're going to do a mystery for them. So I'll take a look at that mystery now. We'll take a look at it over here. And this is the first mystery that I've drawn. So if we take a look there, we can see that, you may not be able to see that. Let me do that a little bit better over here. So we'll set this up here. So this says, when this card enters play, place a mystery token on Lake, Camp, and City of the Elder Things. Those are two locations there that we have in the mountains. And then if you resolve a location there, you may spend a clue to confront the agent of the Elder Things. If he spends the clue, a cultist monster ambushes him. If he defeats it, place an Eldritch token on this card here. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to the number of players, so we need 2 Eldritch tokens on there. So we got to go and do some stuff in the Mountains of Madness, which is interesting because, as you can see, if you look over here, you can actually see there is a gate and a clue, and these are randomly spawned. I just did it to save some time, but that is a coincidence. So we're going to have to get over there, and we're going to have to do some different stuff. So if you're not familiar with the game, I apologize, but I will try to sort of go through the basic stuff as we play. It's not too difficult. You basically get 2 actions per turn, and then you resolve an encounter wherever you're at. Now the librarian here is interesting because she's got some different special abilities with some books and things that she can do. She does a lot of research type encounters. And then the actress over here is really cool. One of my favorite characters. She's from the base set. And she's sort of a chameleon of sorts, like an actress would be, I expect. You can kind of change up your stats. So if we take a look over here, you can see I've got the +1 on the strength there because you can choose a bonus to one of your stats. Well, as you train up doing encounters and things, you can actually shift these around. So you can spend some stat to go to a different stat and things. But she starts here with this Derringer weapon, which is going to let her get a little bit of a buff on the strength. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, if we take a look here, we'll go back to the center one. We'll take a look at here. This is the card that I drew before starting the game. There's these little sort of adventure cards, and you can do them at setup. Now the idea here, I won't read all this, but it gives you a sort of a gist of each of these two gals here has had a dream. So in my mind, they're sisters, all right? And just a little like precursor. And so what you can do there is you can see you can spend 2 sanity to take 2 task unique assets and discard one so you can choose them. So I've done that already. And if we go back here, we can see they have different tasks. And these tasks are neat because they can spend, or as they defeat things and do things, they'll put tokens on here and then they can spend it. So on the back side of this, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to look at it. So on the back side of this, you can spend a certain amount. And so you want to like queue up a bunch of things and then at that point decide, and you get like better and better bonuses. So our librarian friend here wants to kill monsters, and our actress wants to basically spend health. So she has an interesting one. I'll bring this up here. Not sure how well you can read this one here. Let's see. Yeah, not too great. This camera doesn't focus that good. So when you perform a focus action, which is a new thing, you can spend a health, put it directly on the card, and then as you build up health, then there'll be something here that you can do. And the more health you spend, the better. But again, they had to reduce their 2 sanity to get those. So they each started with 7 sanity, but now they've got 5. So enough of that. So the actress now, we want to do a couple things. You can see the expedition token is here. This is always good for getting artifacts. But we really need to make our way towards Antarctica. So what shall we do? Well, we got 2 actions. We can move, we can, we can try to get influence and get items and things. There's not a ton of cool items in here. I'll just kind of go with over those as I choose to, just to save time. So what I think I'm going to do is, she needs to get down here to Antarctica, but it's a long ways away. But she can, let's say she moves here, and then she gets she'll get a C token. So she'll get a travel token, and this is kind of an easy encounter to start the game, and then she can do a double move next turn to do that. So that's what she's going to do. And then now we're going to do this action here for the actress. And again, we want her to sort of improve her skills so she can kind of become whatever she wants to become. So if she gets down here to Shanghai, then she can probably do one of these encounters to improve her lore. So I'm going to go here and actually do the same thing. So each of these gals now is going to have a ship ticket with them. So that's all you do. You do your 2 actions on your turn. The new thing you can do is actually take a focus action, which is very nice because you use that to re-roll and stuff like that. So now we're going to take a look at these cards. Let's see if folks are watching. Yes, they are. Okay, good. So go ahead and throw stuff in chat. I'll try to answer it as I can, but this is a pretty involved game sometimes. But so we can select from these different encounter decks, and you can see there's actually quite a few of them up there. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. And we have this one over here, right there, for Antarctica, because if we don't do encounters over there, you can sometimes do clue encounters, and you actually draw from the Antarctica deck. So we're going to first do, what's her name? Daisy. She's going to do a generic encounter right here. So we'll flip this up here, and we'll see how well you can read this. Probably not that well. So we'll pull it up. And this is a city encounter because she is on a city. And so I'll just read one. I'll kind of stop reading these as we go. But you wander through the aisles of an antique bookstore. Although many extremely rare books can be found here, it's good because she's a librarian. The organizational system is almost impossible to decipher. We're going to do lore -1. If you pass, you're able to track down a hidden gem and you gain 1 tome artifact. Well, that's pretty cool for one of these basic cards. And she has good lore, so if we go back to her lore there, you can see on the left side, she's got 4 lore. So we're going to do 4 -1, which is 3, so we need a 5 or 6. And because I'm the fool, I always like to roll the curse die here. So we're going to roll these here. And there we go, we got a success. These are nice because they show the little star on the 5s and 6s so you can easily see if you've got to succeed. So that's good. Now she has this arcane insight, and she can actually pump out and like sort of manufacture clues. She does a lore check, and then but for each tome asset, which we're about to collect, she gets a little bit of a buff. So that's pretty cool. So that works out pretty nice. So I'm going to go and we're going to dig for, there we go, first one I looked at. And that is this one here. And let's take a look. So this is what she got. The Vermis Mysterious. And so she can test lore, which is good. If you pass, you may spend 1 sanity to improve the skill of your choice. So all kinds of skill improvement. That is pretty neat. Yeah, it's the clue and the gate were both on the new board, which is pretty crazy. So we'll set this over here. So that was her very simple encounter. Now we're going to have the encounter for Lola Hayes. So she's going to actually, instead of, she could choose to encounter the sort of the generic deck, which is this deck, but we're going to do the purple deck. And we'll take a look at that. So I'll come back over here. And she is in, where's she? Shanghai. So the Shanghai Museum recommends you speak to somebody, a preeminent scholar of the occult. You send him a message that you hope will convince him. So we're going to do influence. If you pass, improve lore, just like we wanted to do. So we'll go ahead and do that. And so she has pretty high influence. If we take a look, you can see her over on this side. She's got 4, and there was no modifier for that. So we'll roll our 4 cursed dice, and that's a whiff. Okay, so no big deal here, because if this is a failure, nothing bad is going to happen there. That's no big deal. But it does suck because we didn't get a chance to improve our skill. Okay, did I put the other one under here? I did not. Oh, it's somewhere. I'll find it. Okay, so I lost the encounter card. Okay, so that's their turn, and that's the thing. So now we're going to pull from the Evil Mythos deck here. And these are horrible cards. Of course, we're going to pull one of these. So this here is, you can see, one of the blue cards. And these are sort of like subplots. And so these can cause you to lose the game. So we will read this one. So, a dozen unpleasant-looking strangers have settled in Panama with a large collection of astronomical reference books. There's something unique about this place. So we're going to go here. So we'll probably set something up. So as an encounter, an investigator on Space 7, which is probably right over here. Yep. So we'll put this here. I'll set this, I'll set that right there. So we're going to put a little token there. So there's some jerks on this spot. Now it says here, as an encounter, you can test your eyesight. I forget what that is. Intelligence, I think. And if he passes, he convinces the police to remove these strangers. He may spend clue tokens equal to half to solve the rumor. So you have to do a test, and then you spend the blue tokens. Now, there's always, okay, this isn't so bad. Is this an easy one? This is like a medium one. So whenever we have the little comet effect here, you can see the little icon, we're going to advance Omen by 1. So a lot of these are like, you lose the game if something happens. So this just gets us closer to losing. And of course, the Omen tracks up there, it does start pretty high for the particular old one, so it's got a ways to go. But anytime a comet comes up, that's gonna trigger that. So we need tokens again equal to half. So we only need 1 clue token there on that particular guy. Okay, so that was a quick turn, right? So we go into the second turn, and we can, if we want, move this first player marker back and forth. Sometimes effects will target what they call the lead investigator or the first player, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. So we'll go back here. And now we're going to take a turn with Daisy, and so we can spend now this ship ticket. Just set it over here, and she can go 2 spots. So she's going to go bam, bam, so she'll be in Sydney. Now you can't move twice, which is a bummer, but that's how it goes. And then so what we're going to do is she may, let me just refresh my memory here because I'm spacing out with all the cameras. So you can travel, prepare to travel, and that's how you get the tickets. You can acquire assets, you test your influence. You could rest and recover, which I might do because they both spent sanity to start the game to get those cool tasks. You can trade, there's nobody there, or you can take a component action. Oh, now these guys each have different actions. So we could do a couple of things. So we could, if we wanted to, choose to test this action here on Daisy. Now she gets this arcane insight. She can test her lore at -2, and you roll 1 additional die for each tome possession you have. So we have here 2 tomes, and so she could roll, let's see, 3 die, and if she passes, then you can get clues and stuff. So that's kind of a risk. We could roll the 3 dice there. So that's something we could do with her. Now she's on a city space, so you could test observation. And if you do, you get a tome asset. So that kind of beefs this up. Let's just do that. All right. So if you're in a city space, test that. So she gets 2 dice. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm reading this wrong. That's 2 plus 2. Yeah, that's 4 dice. Okay, I was misreading that. So let's just do this one here where we see if we get a clue. We'll roll 4 dice here. And there we go. So that is a success. So I was just doing it on herself. The investigator gains a clue and flip this card. So we had 1 success on this card. And let's see, this says, you probably can't read it, but she got 1 success. So it only requires a small sacrifice. Then she gets to flip it back. So she's going to lose 1 health. If she got more successes, it wouldn't be so bad. But again, you know that she's exerting herself doing these different actions. So she's going to go ahead and get a clue. And I got the clue tokens over here behind the computer. So I'll go ahead and put these back here. So now she's got a clue, and that's good because she could head over to a couple of spots. Remember, once she gets to Antarctica, she can go over here, and then she can have an encounter over on this side. I forgot to put the marker out there, but we'll put a marker out there, and she can have an encounter there and spend the clue, or she can do it for the blue card that just came up there. Okay, so that's good. Now our friend the actress, she can move. Now she can move here, and they can probably trade some stuff. No, I don't know what to do. She's got the ticket. She got the ticket anyway. But now that the blue card has come out, I'm kind of thinking what to do. She could sneak out here. Yeah, let's get them in the same spot. So she spends her ticket. And then she could probably do the focus action, if we take a look at that. Oh yeah, Omen. Did it say Omen Track? Aha, good. Now I'm reading. Thank you. This is why I play with other people. And then I forgot to spawn the clue. You're right. I was thinking the same thing. So you're right. It did have a clue token on here. Thank you for that. It did register with me, but then I just went ahead. So I got to do the clue token first and then that. Thank you for that. So we'll spawn a clue token. And this is, oh, what do you know? Miskatonic Outpost. So we're going to go back out here to this spot. So that's where that spawns. And then Lake Camp, City of Elder Things. Okay. So I'm just going to put this card here. That reminds me that I could do this encounter here. All right, so good. Thanks for that. And then you're right. The other thing was, what was the other thing the guy said? Omen Track, right? Not Doom Track. This is a pretty good family game. I mean, it's kind of violent. Like there's some crazy stuff that happens. The one thing that I remember happening distinctly was one of the politician characters had a encounter, and it was basically their father who was dead coming to them in a dream and then shooting them in the back of the head with a shotgun, and it killed the character. So it's kind of silly, but it's, you know, stuff like that can happen. But the graphics on the cards and things aren't so bad. Okay. So now we're back to our actress friend. And I think she's going to go ahead and do that little focus thing. So she can go ahead and do a focus action. And this is her special task that she got. Because remember at the beginning, we got the special. So when I do that, I can spend and put a health on here. And then I can flip the card. So the more health I spend, and the next time I do it, it's going to be better. So that's her 2 actions there. Yeah. Maybe with older family members is right. Okay, so that's that. So now we're going to have our encounters here. And this is, both of these have a chance to get improved strength, which is good because that's always good for combat. So first we're going to do Daisy. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take a quick read at this. They're in Sydney. And this says, a prisoner has stolen a weapon and escaped into the bush. You need to track down the observation skill. And if you pass, you arrest him. If you fail, he gets the drop on you. So we'll go back over here. So this is observation -1. In this case, it's going to be 2 minus 1, which is 1. Is there anything I can do? Now, somebody has something that lets them... Yeah, so our actress here, you can, if she's in the same spot, she can bump up the strength result in here. Yeah, so once per round, an investigator can roll an additional dice. So she's actually going to roll 2 dice because she's with the actress. So we need a 5 or 6. Hey, there we go. Having some good luck there. So we did find this prisoner. We can get a random weapon asset. So that's pretty cool. So we'll get a random weapon from the deck here. Let's take a look at... I'll grab the deck. I just usually flip it over, and I grab the first weapon I see. Trinket weapon. Okay. This is a cool looking weapon. So it is a blunderbuss. So this can add, you can see, +2. And if you do, each 6 you resolve counts as 2 successes, and each 1 negates success. So it's kind of a wild spraying type of power there. So she gets this new weapon, which is pretty cool. So that's nice. So that was her encounter. Now we're going to go back to have her encounter for the actress there. So she's going to go to the same location. All right. So a small demon known as Yaramayahu tries to eat you. You may spend a focus. Ah, good. So I just took a focus with her, and that's one thing. You can see the new cards here from Mountains of Madness. You not only want to spend focus to get the reroll, but some stuff in the game says if you don't have a focus, then you kind of lose out. So you kind of want to have a focus. I think you can have a max of 2. I might have to double check the rules. A double 2 focus at any time. So if I spend the focus now, the beast swallows you whole and then spits you out later. Well, it doesn't sound like good at all. Let me read this. You may spend 1 focus to stay calm. If you spend the focus, the beast swallows you whole when it spits you out later. Your skin isn't true. Oh, so if you... Okay, so that's weird. So if I do spend the focus, the beast eats me. But hey, I improved my strength. Okay, I'll spend the focus because that maxes me out on strength. So that's interesting. I haven't read that one before. So now we're going to go back to our actress. And she has already improved her strength, as we can see. So we're going to do that, and then she's now at 4. And then, of course, she spent her focus, but there's nothing preventing us from taking that action again. Okay. So far, pretty easygoing encounters, and not a lot of nastiness with the Mythos cards. But now we're going to draw our second Mythos card. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so we'll take a look here. I'm going to put that there. Let's get a little close-up of that. So we're going to advance the Omen track. Is that what that is? I'm spacing out here. Yes, advance Omen. So that is our big tracker up here. So that's going to hit blue. Now, we don't have any blue gates. All we have here, excuse the arm, is these red gates. There's a marked with that. So if we hit blue and we have blue gates out, and then the Doom track up here is going to advance, but we're okay there. So now let's take a look. So that's done. The comet has happened. So now we're going to advance it again. Oh, there we go. There's a perfect example. So here this triggers advance Omen by 1. So that's going to hit now. Now we've hit red, just like I explained. So that's going to advance the Doom track by 1. And then we're going to spawn a gate. You can see that. And then we'll do this event. So let's spawn a gate off our little gate thing here. And this is San Francisco. And this is going to spawn a monster here. Oh, I do see a monster that has a comet. So, okay, this is, what does that say? Whatever his name is. Okay, but the green one means something is going to happen when he spawns. When this monster spawns, move it to the heart of Africa. So he's right there. But I did also notice that this witch here, who's over on the Plateau of Lang, has a comet. So we'll go back to our friendly high definition camera. And what happens when they do it? So each investigator who has a cursed condition loses 1 health. So nobody has a cursed condition as yet. So we'll go ahead and put her back on the plateau, and I'll leave that face up like that so I remember. Let's put it like that. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to do the event. I think this camera is easier to read. Tell me which is easier, the one on the ground or this one. So event. Each investigator rolls 1 die and resolves the matching effect. So 1 to 2, you lose 2 health and 2 sanity. 3 to 5, a monster ambushes them, or 6, no effect. Okay, so first we'll roll for Daisy. So none of this is good. This is horrible. A 1. Okay, so 2 health and 2 sanity, we'll do that in a second. And then the actress is a 5, which is a monster ambushes them. Yay. Alright. So 2 health and 2 sanity? Yep, that's a bummer. So she's pretty low on health, and then we're going to grab a monster out of the bag, and we just have to fight them, but we don't get anything for it. So let's take a look in the bag here. So now we're going to fight a haunting horror. And this has, first you have to do a wisdom check, and then you do a strength check. So this is wisdom -1, and then we'll do a strength check, and we just have to basically get 2 successes not to take any damage, because this is just going to go away after the ambush. So let's take a look. Okay. So, first you do observation, not observation, will, that's what it is, not wisdom, will. So 3 -1, so we're going to do 2 once per round investigator. We already used that up on the other one. She doesn't get the extra roll. So we'll do 2. So she has 3 successes, so she might just, so she got 1 success. So that's the difference between 1 and 3 is 2. So she's going to lose 2 sanity. And then we move on to the strength, but she's got 4. You may add 1 to the result of 1 die with this Derringer. She's got a little pistol there. So we're going to roll 4 dice, and we can add 1 to one of them, and we want to get 2 successes, or we're going to lose some health. Okay, well, I got 3 successes there, so that's fine. So now the monster has gone away, it ambushed her, and then left. It goes back in the bag. Let's see. All right. So that is those 2 encounters. And so now we did the event, and that's it for that turn, and we'll go to the next round. So now we're going to figure out, what should we do here? What should we do? So we should send somebody to Antarctica for sure, but we should probably get, this isn't the end of the world. I mean, it's just advancing the Omen track, and if you don't have gates, you know, it's kind of 6 1/2 dozen. I don't know. I'd say if there were more players, we should do it, but I don't really know what to do. So, so now we're going to have, let's say, she's going to go here, I think. She can go to Antarctica, and then you can take a free transfer action once per turn directly to Miskatonic Outpost. So you can't really see it up here, but this says to Antarctica, and then you can bounce between this space and Antarctica once per turn for free. It doesn't count as a move action. So let's just have her. Yeah, she's not really that high on the stats though. The actress gal, she's a little higher. And what we want to do, if we take a look here at this guy, now she needs to do observation. They both have pretty weak observation, so either of them has a chance to do it. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, so she here is going to, she already moved once, and let's let her get another ticket back. Okay, that's her 2 actions, and then the actress will move here, right, and then she'll transfer all the way over here to the Miskatonic Outpost, and there's a clue on here. And this actually has a local action. Each of these spaces has like a built-in action specific to that space, which is new in the game. And this says gain 1 ship token or test influence. If you pass, gain the Antarctic Guide unique asset. Well, she's got 4 influence, so I'm going to go ahead and test that sucker. And this is a different turn, so she can do a different this buff. Just say any investigate. Yeah, so it could be herself or anybody else. So we're going to roll with the blessed die here. And there is a couple, 3 successes there. So gain 1 Antarctic Guide unique asset. So these are good because these help you kind of jump around a little bit. So let me dig through here and find one for you. Antarctic Guide. So let's take a read. So, so once per round, if you are on a space on the Antarctica side of the board, you may reroll 1 die when resolving a test, except when doing an otherworld encounter, which are the gate encounters. So it gives you a free reroll. Okay. So the actress is going to get him, and then now we're going to go into our encounter phase. The mystery currently, somebody asked, so I will show you, is over here on the board, and I need to go and do an encounter in one of these 2 spaces here, the city, the Elder Things, or the lake camp. There should be mystery tokens on there. Sorry. Forgot to do that. I keep forgetting to do that. So we'll put these tokens on here like that, and after investigator resolves a location encounter on either of these spots, then you can spend a clue, and then that's a way to solve the mystery there. So I need 2 of them, but there's a bunch of clues out here, thankfully, because 2 of these actually just came out right there. So that's kind of convenient there for the actress where she is. Hopefully that caught everybody up. Okay, so now we're going to do an encounter here for Daisy. She's on Antarctica, and this is going to be a regular encounter here. So we'll do this here, and this is on a sea space. So I'll go ahead and read this. So one of the sailors speaks in a strange dialogue. You can try to communicate with the man, and so she's going to test her lore. Remember, she's the librarian, so the lore is going to be good. She can roll 4 dice, and if she passes, teaches me a spell. If you fail, then you get a curse condition. Oh, great. So curse conditions are like the worst thing ever in this game because you don't succeed on a 5 or 6. You only succeed on a 6. And the blessed is the best because you succeed on a 4, 5, or 6. So I always roll the curse dice because whatever. So here we go. Boom. There's a success. So she gets a spell off the spell deck. And I'll just do this for, the first top card of the deck is a spell card. So she's going to get Blessing of Isis. This sounds good. Blessing is always good. Ha! So she can test her lore again. If you pass, choose an investigator on your space that does not have a bless condition. So this is the opposite of what I was just talking about as being awful. So this is pretty good. So she's now got that. Okay, now we're going to test for the actress, and I'll just kind of zoom this in over there, just so that's a little bit clearer of a camera. So if we take a look there, you can see her. She's on the Miskatonic Outpost. Now I have a choice here. I can do the location, I can do a clue encounter, or I can do sort of an Antarctic encounter. So there's a few ways to do that. Just for argument's sake, I'm going to do the Antarctic encounter. So we'll zoom back out here. Sorry for the seasickness. Now you can see here there's 2 types of encounters here. One, this one goes with the particular old one that we've selected. You can see them over there. But when you're playing with the Antarctica board, when you're on Antarctica, you can take, I think it's mandatory actually. You're going to take this. I'm just going to take it. It's either a choice or it's mandatory, and I'm just going to choose it. So it's more of a locational kind of thing. So we're on the Miskatonic Outpost. So it says, the air shifts and you see a familiar face from your recent past. You try to offer a quick warning, influence, which is 4 dice, which is good. If you pass, gain the clue. If you fail, you do not trust what you think you remember, lose 1 sanity, and gain amnesia. So we're going to roll 4 dice, and then hopefully get the clue token. And then we're going to want to spend that clue token once we try to resolve one of these 2 encounters here. So 4 dice, yes. Okay. And there is 2 successes. The power of Twitch is with me. I don't know how we roll this well. So she's going to get this clue token here. We'll put that on her board, and that's that. So the clue tokens again are the ways that you acquire. You get them so you can spend them to defeat the mysteries, and they sort of like lead you to find the old one, and then you can, you know, defeat them. I'm just gonna. Okay, you guys are having a nice conversation. I would say I've been talking with some folks about you know, the Twitch thing, just as an aside. And one thing that's come up a lot are war games, and I think those actually, you know, you can play those solo all the time, so that actually is probably a good type of game to play on this. Especially like a squad level game where you just got like a little map here, and you can really get in close and look at the details and everything. This game is kind of like bit off a little bit more than I could chew. And maybe if I had like, you know, table twice this size and like 8 more cameras. So now we're going to do the old Mythos card. So here we're going to advance the Omen. That's going to move to blue. So there's no blue gates out. We just have a green and a red gate. And then now we're going to go to Monster Surge. Oh, I did forget to spawn a monster in San Francisco. Did I? No, I didn't. This guy came out and he moved from San Francisco. So Monster Surge is each of these gates here gets a new monster that corresponds to the current Omen, which is nobody. Okay. So that's not so bad. And then we're going to spawn a clue token. And this is going to go to Arkham. So that goes there. Oh, that's dumb. Damn it. So this is going to sit out. Investigators cannot perform rest actions. And so in the next comment, we'll destroy that. So, oh well. So, okay. So that is our Mythos. So now we're back into the, what is this, the 4th round or something? Okay. So now again, remember she here has the boat. So she can get all the way up here to this encounter. Now she doesn't have any clues though. That's a problem. Okay. Well, I can have her summon. Okay, perfect. That's right. So she can spend this. Oh no, she's got the spot in the way. Bam, bam. Sorry, I missed that spot. Was in the way. So she's going to spend that. We'll set the ticket over there. Then she's going to go ahead and take her action here, which is again to test lore. So that's 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2, 3, 4. So 4 dice. And if she succeeds, oh, she's got a clue. I forgot. Should we get another one? How many do I need for that? I only need 1. What else? So I can't rest. I'd really like to rest. She's only got 2 health. What should I do? What should I do? Well, she's got some other things here. She is in a city space. She could get another tome asset for testing observation. I could test observation and flip this card. Let's do that. She's got this old journal that she starts with, and these are kind of random things. So I'm just going to do that. Test that. That'll give you some useful info. Oh, look at that. Success. So let's go back to our main camera here. Okay. Yeah, the Mythos is stacked against me towards the end, I bet. So she starts with this particular journal because she's a librarian. So now she's bothered to read it, and I succeeded. So she's going to read it. And it says, as you read a particular arcane passage, you enter a trance in which your spirit leaves your body and travels to a cave of glowing crystals. In the cave, you meet a large creature. Great. Da-da-da. So I gain 2 unique assets and then discard 1. So I meet this creature that is weird, and then I got to discard this card. So let's go ahead and find that. What does it have to be? Task assets. So the top one is a task, and then I'm going to do another one here. There's another one there. Okay, let me shuffle this up a little bit. So let's see what our choices are. We're not supposed to look at the back of these now. So as I said, these tasks, they let you put things on there. So this is the same one that the actress has, where whenever they focus, they can put health on there. She only has 2 health, so they're probably not going to take that one. She might get more health later. But so this is when you pass a lore test, which she's going to be doing a lot of, you may discard that spell to place an Eldritch token on there. So let's do that. This works perfect for her. So as she does different lore abilities, then she's going to be able to discard the spells, but, you know, that might be worth it to put those on there. Okay. Let's shuffle these up a bit. So that was her test. So she did her test. And she moved here and did that. And now we're going to go over to, actually, let's go back here. I like this camera more. I'm trying, it's from a technical, just, you know, FYI. This camera that we're going through now is our better one. And I need to get another one of these. This thing is, you know, I see people talking about doing this. I have an Elgato Game HD hooked to this. And the weird thing is it has a delay. And but it shows really good quality. And then I have like another camera with another one that I bought that was cheaper. But anyway, so that's what you want though, the Elgato. So I'm going to move there for one action, and that's going to happen. And then I think I got to roll a die. Oh, I'm having a brain fart here. There's something weird about those trail spaces. That's right. That's on the board. I knew there was something different about that. So if we look over here, it says Uncharted is yeah, what is the Uncharted thing? Sorry about that. I'm forgetting what that is. Let's see here. Just a minute. Here, you can look at the main board. Does it say on the board? Does it say on the board what it does? It doesn't say. Okay. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure I don't break the rules here. Does anybody remember? I forgot this. All right, let's see. Mystery, stage difficulty. Oh, it's even in the base set. I'm spacing out here. Uncharted 9, okay. Travel. 12. Oh, I guess it's nothing. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know why I'm thinking. I know there's something weird about it, but I can't remember what it is. So anyway, they moved there. Now they're in camp. They can take a local action here. Somebody correct me in chat. I'll check it. So I test influence. I can gain a dog sled. Oh, I can also do the acquire assets action. I don't think there's anything really cool here. Let's take a look. We're going to go here. So, yeah, that doesn't look very focused. Can I zoom out and zoom in? That's better. Okay, you may discard this card to get 2 health. Gain, that's a tome. I want the other goal to get that. If you defeat a monster, you can recover. And if you're in a city space, you can roll 1 additional die when doing something. So let's have her try to, because she's got a lot of influence. She's got 4 influence. It only costs 1, so I only need 1 success for that. And that might come in handy. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do 4 dice here. How many successes I get? I got 2. So let's go back here to our good friend. We can do the bandages there, and I can get the manuscripts. And I could maybe give the manuscripts there. Sorry to jump around. I'll do those 2 there. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to draw 2 more items off the deck. Like so. And then she's going to get the bandages and the manuscript, and these are going to help somebody not die, hopefully. So that was her 2 actions there. And now we're going to go back to the main board. And we have an encounter here. She can gain a spell if she deals with the green encounter. So she's going to be in Buenos Aires. What's she going to run into? She has the opportunity to listen to Jorge Luis Borges read some of his poetry. You may spend one focus, which we don't have, to ask. If you spend focus, we could have got a spell. Okay. Well, we weren't focused. We were too busy drinking in Buenos Aires to focus on the man's poetry. So that was uneventful. Now we're going to do a lake camp action. So we'll jump over here, and we're going to see. You can't use travel tickets. Yeah, I thought that, but I mean, I guess that's it. I don't know. I think I'm confusing another game's rules. I think I am. Anyway, so she's here now. She can do this mystery. So now we're on to the mystery here, and she's got some items to take a look at. So, place a mystery token after an investigator resolves a location encounter. So I have to do a location encounter on Lake Camp. You may spend one clue to confront the agent of the Elder Things. If he spends a clue, the cultist monster ambushes him. If he defeats it, place an Eldritch token on here. Okay? So I have to spend that, fight a cultist, and then put an Eldritch token, and I need 2. And I have 1 clue, but there are other clues on the board. If we take a back look up over here, you can see there's actually, I'll put that there, there's a clue here, so she could jump down and stuff. So first she's going to resolve a location. So I'm going to do the Lake Camp location from the deck. Okay. So, inside the dissection tent, you find Professor Lake. To your horror, he's been carved into several pieces. We're going to test will, which will be 3. If you pass, you find his notes and gain an old journal. If you fail, you flee the scene, screaming, lose 2 sanity, and 1 madness condition. So, do I have to even succeed? Just have to resolve it. I don't have to actually succeed at this to do this. All right. So, I'm going to test will. So will is going to be 3, 4, because she gets her bonus. And I don't have any other bonuses for will. So she needs 1 success. And she can get a journal. All 2s on that. So she has a little bit of a mishap here. Let's see, what does it say? Lose 2 sanity. So she's down here to just the 1 sanity. And I gain the madness condition. Let's jump to the madness condition deck here. Let's just dig one up. Let's see. Anybody see one yet? Oh, yeah. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. That's okay. The first one I noticed was amnesia. So, she gets amnesia. So when you perform a rest action, which we can't do, you may roll 1 die and then discard that if you get a 5 or 6. So if not, the next combat that's going to happen is going to cause us to do something. So we're going to go over here. She got that. Now she resolved that. She can spend her clue token. Let's put these up here as we spend them. And then now they're going to confront a cultist. So what is the cultist? Now the cultist, of course, is different for each of these old ones. And this is the cultist that we're going to have to do. So it's, well, interesting. It's actually lore -1. So she's got only 1, but it looks like she's got a bump. If you pass the lore test, you free the victim's mind from the alien magic, defeat this monster, and gain a random ally asset. So, okay, so that you still have to do everything there. So I got to do this lore and then hopefully get an ally out of it. That's cool. So this person becomes an ally, and then you have to fight them. Oh, I see. You would actually, okay, yeah, that's right. So if you defeat this, they become your ally. If not, you got to kill them. Okay, so we're going to do that. So let's take a look at her abilities. So her abilities are, okay, she does have a lore ability, but this is only when she's doing a spell. So let's just go ahead and roll the 1 die. We'll roll that. Hey, there we go. Super lucky. Okay, so she's going to get an ally. And then the other most important thing is she can put an Eldritch token on the card. And we need that. So we're halfway there on that first mystery. Of course, we need to solve 3 mysteries. And that's going to be that. So we'll see if we can even solve one. So we did that. Now we're going to get a random ally. More crap out of the deck. Let's see here. Where are we at? Here we go. It's this first card. Okay. So Anna Tilton is going to be our ally. So when you gain this card, improve your lore. That's cool. You and one other investigator in your space roll 1 additional die when resolving elite research encounters. Okay. So she's starting to stack up there. So she's going to get a lore bonus. Let me do that before I forget. And then that was her encounter. So she needs to get another clue. Oops. That is the wrong one. Let me find it. Where's the book? There it is. Okay, so she buffs that up. And that's it. So now we got to do the old Mythos phase. Okay. So Mythos card, here we come. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so we're going to advance Omen. We can see that there. So that's going to hit green. And we do have 1 green gate, so that's going to advance the Doom track. Whoops. And the next thing is a Surge. So we will have a Surge here in San Francisco. Yeah, she's way going insane. And we can't rest until we get a comet, and there's no comet on this card. So he comes out, and this is Loigar. Of course, something bad's going to happen when the comet comes out. Okay, each investigator in this space or adjacent loses a health and a sanity. So nobody's close to them. And then we're going to spawn a clue token, which is the next thing. This is going to go on space 20, which is over here. And now we have an event, but you can see by this little color, it's an easy one. The lead investigator gains an artifact, then rolls a die. On a roll of 1 or 2, he loses 2 health and 2 sanity. Well, that sucks, because they only have, the gal on the left there, she has 2 health. So she'll be at 0. So let's just roll the die and hope we don't get a 1 or a 2. Alright. Oh, there's a 1. Great. So she's dead. And that's a bummer. But she did get an artifact before I did that. Okay. That sucks. Okay. Alright. So we'll get an artifact off the deck. What did she get? Let's take a look. Oh, use the clue to reroll. Thank you very much. She's got the clue to reroll. Yeah, that's an easy call. There's a 5. Thank you. Didn't see it. So that clue is spent. Okay, she's still alive. Alright, so she did get an artifact. Let's see what the artifact does. Come back to here. She gets another tome, so that's good. But she's going to be dead soon. She gains +2 during combat encounters. That's awesome. And reduce the horror of monsters you encounter by 1 to a minimum of 1. That's awesome. Okay, so hopefully she doesn't die before she gets to use that. So there she goes. And that was that. So remember, the lead investigator gets screwed. And I would be of a mind to move this over now, but she's only got 1 sanity, so it doesn't even really, matter, because she's just as likely to die. There you go. All right. All right, so that was that encounter. Where did I put that? I put it back. Okay. I'm going to put this back. And now we're on the next, and I can't rest. That's awful. The funniest thing, this dumb green card here is literally the worst thing out here for me right now, because I can't rest. Otherwise, I would have spent some turns resting. Okay, so she had a clue, but she spent it. And so she can move here, but there's no reason to move there. Unless she takes her action to generate a clue. But with our actress over here, you can see at the top there, She needs a clue to get in there, but she can get a clue down here. She goes down to the snowy mountains there. Let's move that back down a little bit. Yeah, then she can do that. So I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is go back here. God, see, I feel like I should be resting, but I can't. I'm just going to go ahead and move here. So we're not actually going to encounter this turn, but I'm going to take her action there to generate a clue. Now she's got all kinds of goodies here. Let's just move this over. Okay. Now let's see. So she's got this 2, 4 minus 2, that's 2 dice. And then 3, 4. Where's the other one? 4 dice. I feel like did I roll too many last time? Maybe. All right, so 4. And she's going to try to get a clue out. I rolled 5. Well, I rolled 3 successes, so whatever. All right. I'm calling it. It's a success. So we're going to get that over to her. Oops. So that was her second action. Now we're going to go over here to the actress. See if I can get that better how I had it. There we go. I'll back this up a bit. All right, so she can do some things. She cannot move down here. She's got to go here and here. That kind of stinks. So, well, she needs to get that clue anyway. The only way to get here is going. That's right. This is off on its own little thing. Does she have any abilities here? No. Yeah, there's nothing really to do here. I could kind of make her way. I need a clue though. All right, well, let's just do a move here. I can do a local action. I don't really need another Antarctic guide, so I can get a ship token from there if I want. Now she does have a. She can move her around a little bit. I don't see anything else really to do. I would like her to. I'm just going to get a ship token because why not? That's probably a wasted action at some point. Oh, I could have her focus. You know what? I can have her. Let's do that. Let's just have her. I'm going to have her focus. So she's going to get the focus. She's going to put a health on here, though. And then I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to push my luck a little bit. Try to get another couple on there. Now she's got a focus token, so that's a reroll at least. And she won't have to spend a clue to do it. All right. And so now we're going to go back here. And we're going to see the encounter. So our librarian friend is on a regular city encounter. She's just going to do that because she doesn't have any clue to spend. So the city says the city is home to an exclusive club for world travelers. You try to convince them that granting you membership would be prestigious feather in their cap. She's going to roll influence -1, which will be 2 dice for her. If you pass, they help you, and you get a ticket of each type. So she doesn't have any tickets, so that's good. So we'll go ahead and move over here to our little dice cam. So she's going to roll 2 of these dice. And she gets a success. So there we go. Whoopity-doo. Tickets. This is the ticket round. Alright. Let me give her the old train ticket before I forget. And that was her boring encounter. Now we're going to go do the Miskatonic Outpost. We can see up there. So that's going to be an interesting thing. So we'll go back to our main screen. See what we got. Okay, you over here talk about the Necronomicon. Find the description significant. You can test your lore, which is currently at 3. If you pass, gain a unique asset. If you fail, you lose a sanity and gain a madness condition. So she'll be dead. She's got 1 sanity. So I get to roll 3 dice, but good thing I got the lore token, or the focus token. So we're going to roll 3 here. Alright. There's success there. There's a 6 right there. You can see those dice alright? Yeah. Okay, I can redo that camera. So I was kind of trying to get the dice and the stuff in there. Yeah, alright, I won't worry about it. So I got a success. So I get a unique, another task. Enough tasks already. Okay. So that was those 2. We're going to grab a task. Here's the top one. Stealing the old ones. Whenever you pass a lore test, discard that spell. That's the one we already have for our friend. So we'll go ahead and put this over here like that. And then just for fun, I'm going to adjust that. Just super quick, so it's more fun. I know you trust me, but it's kind of nice to see sometimes the dice rolling. Yeah, but then I lose the thing. All right. Enough horsing around. Okay, so those are the two encounters. Now we're going to do a Mythos card over here. Come on, I want a comet. Yes. I never thought I would say it. So, Omen track. We're going to go to blue here. No blue gates. We're going to resolve comet effects and then spawn a gate and then do the event. So, comet effects. Let's just kind of work our way left to right here. So this guy, nobody is adjacent to him. She looks like she might be adjacent, but oh, she is adjacent. Crap. Yuck. Okay, so she's going to lose 1 health and 1 sanity. Somehow when I looked at that earlier, it didn't register as adjacent. So she's now down to 1 health and 2 sanity for our friend. Okay, now some folks have a comet on their stuff. So, okay, so this is going to discard. That's good. Now we can rest, finally. Go ahead and stick that under here. And then we have this trigger here, which is advance the Omen by 1. That's going to move to red. That now is going to spawn a new monster there. And this is Hound of Tindalus. Whoa, that's a new one. Now this ability we're not going to activate because we just got it. So move this monster to the nearest space-containing investigator. So you have to fight that guy. So he's going to go jack somebody up. But we're going to put him over here for now. Now this is the one that stinks. This is the one that says each investigator who has a curse condition loses 1 health. No curse conditions. The one has a madness condition. So skip that. Now, since she does have a madness condition, we're going to take a look at what that does. They're going to test wisdom or will. So I got 3 of those. So they're going to have to roll 3 dice and get a success or something bad will happen. Oh, the success. Ah. So it stays. Kind of stave off the effects. But now I can rest so it can go away. Okay, any other comments? Let me just take a quick peek here. I thought there was one more. That doesn't look like it. Just this guy here. Okie doke. And now we're going to spawn a gate. This is going to come out at Istanbul. Then we're going to get a new monster. Yeah, I did the madness. Oh, so this is a cultist. So he's not so bad. He'll live out there for a while. Now we're going to do the event. Shuffle a solved mystery. Oh! Screw this card. This is what I think of this card. I haven't solved a mystery yet, but this has come out before. If there were no solved mysteries, Advanced Doom. You know what? Yeah, I don't like that card. Needed a discussion with the designer and or developer about this kind of stuff. All right. So this is going back in there. So Doom Advanced, not the end of the world. So that was our Mythos phase. We're going to go back here to the next action phase. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. I need to see what time it is too. Okay, I got about a half hour. Then I got to shut her down. All right, because this literally would take. I played Forbidden Island and it took an hour because I was just like narrating everything. So I don't know what it is, but like this game would probably take 3 hours with 2 players to narrate. When I played it 2-player in an hour and a half or less. Okay, so action time. So she now has a clue over here that she can spend if she encounters this. So she doesn't want to move. She's got tickets. Can she rest? She's in a city. There's no monsters, so she can rest. So she's going to get 1 health and 1 sanity back. She doesn't have any things when she rests, does she? When she's resolving, somebody had a rest thing. I think it's the other gal. Yes, it is. Okay. So 2 health and 3 sanity. Can I rest twice? Can I cheat? What else? I can focus. Let me focus on her. So we'll get another focus token here. Go ahead and put it on there. So she rests and she focuses. She could now take, instead of focusing, she could try to put a clue onto her. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. So, because that way she doesn't have to move around too much up there. So I can spend, what was that, 4 dice? Yeah, so 1 success. There it is. Who said these are cursed dice? Okay, so now actress lady has a clue and we can get some work done. Okay, now the actress is going to move over here that way. She can. Yeah, so she's going to move here. She is going to, she can't rest. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's only in the cities. Anyway, she could focus again. You can get 2 focus tokens. She could do the acquire assets. I think I'm going to do that. So I spied a couple of assets here. So we're going to roll. She got no successes like that. So I can ditch an asset, but those actually, I'm not going to worry about it. Those are pretty good. I could take a loan, but no, I probably should have tried to get rid of the amnesia. Too late for that, though. Okay, so that's that. So now we're going to go back here. Yes, these will be up on YouTube. These actually get exported once they're done. I don't think I'm going to finish this, but hopefully we can get like through the first mystery or something, and then just, then I have to finish the game. It's, just to make people excited to play the game, I guess. Okay, so she's here. Now, as an encounter, an investigator on Space 7 may attempt to find these strangers. So they're going to do observation, which is 2. Right, and then so I can do that. So is there anything I can do to buff that up? Because that is no good at all. Because I get to roll 2 dice. Alright, and there's 0 I can do about that. When she performs a rest, that's it. She can do an additional ritual or tome in my possession. Well, that means I could have done that. I'm going to cheat. Not really, but just because I didn't notice that. Because I did do a rest. So that lets me do that, which I did. And then I can do now a 3rd action. So I'm going to use that to do the focus on her. So she'll have a focus. So I can reroll 1 of these. Oh, I don't need to. But she does get a focus. I'll throw that on her. So, good. So she got the success. We'll go back. That's not cheating, is it? I don't think it's cheating. So got her focus. Now she solves this. She's going to spend that clue over here. Excuse the reach. And that's it, right? Solve the rumor. That's a rarity for me. So she's there. Put that over here. So we no longer have that screwing with our omen track, pumping out more gates. So that's good. It feels like I should get a reward for that. What a bunch of junk. All right. So now we're going to go back over here to Lake Camp. So I have to do a location encounter to then throw this token on here and then hopefully then encounter a cultist and whatnot. So let's go back to the location. And we'll go up here. So this is Lake Camp. You try to determine what's wrong with one of the furnaces. Test your observation -1. Eee. Now I haven't done a reroll, so I can add a die or something. I do have a focus. Alright. So I'm going to roll 1 die, plus whatever. If you pass to get to rest or it's warm, you recover health and sanity. or discard a hypothermia condition. A lot of hypothermia stuff comes out when the other baddie is the old one, the Sasquatch. Don't laugh, Keith. If you fail, it malfunctions and you lose a health. So we've got 3 health. So we just have to do this. We don't have to succeed. So I'm going to roll 1 die, looks like, or maybe more. Let's see if Keith got that. Yeah. All right. So 1 die, and there are no other modifiers, but I can roll an additional there. So I'm going to roll 2 dice for the actress. So let's just see what happens. So that's a fail. So what's the failure again? Let's see. I lose a health? I don't know if I want to spend a focus to lose a health. Yeah, I'm kind of playing with fire there. She's going to lose a health. But now, she can spend her clue here, and then she's going to encounter a cultist, and then if he defeats it, place 1 elder token on the card. Okay, so there's that. Did I defeat that before? I did, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. All right. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's go back to our main camera here, and we'll just give you the quick refresher. This is lore first to see if he becomes your asset, and then we'll do that. So the lore for him is 3, for her, excuse me. So we're going to do that. So let's see if we can acquire him, or her as the case may be. Do 3. And I still have my reroll because I didn't. I know I had to add additional die, so I get 3 anyway. Never mind. Just confusing myself on the special abilities. Oh, there's a success. That's on that, so I can acquire random ally asset from the deck. Let's see who we find. So, you cult worshiper person, which turns out to be hired muscle. So we get +1 strength, and you may reroll 1 die, so that's cool. So she's pretty beefy now. So got 5 strength and plus a weapon strength she can use. That's pretty good. All right. So that's good. So that means that's defeated, which means everybody clap. You have to actually clap. The second Eldritch token goes on here, and this is now our first solved mystery in the game. Now we're going to do a second mystery. So let's take a look at it back on the main camera. Alright, so usually something's going to trigger here. As an encounter, an investigator on a city space containing a clue may attempt to investigate the eerie disappearances. He draws and resolves a mysterious disappearances special encounter. There's a special deck of cards there. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues equal to half the number of players, solve the mystery. So we'll put this up here, top there. So we have to go to a city where there is a clue, which does not currently exist. Oh, there's an Arkham. Thank you. Right there next to what's her name. This is the game making it up for me for the internet crashing as I started to broadcast. Now I've just jinxed myself, like basically said the name who now shall not be named. I've just named it and screwed myself. All right. So that's that. So assets galore. Oh, but Mythos phase is about to happen. So that's not bad. I just got to go here, resolve an encounter, and we'll be 2 out of 3. Yeah, feeling good. That's how these games go, though. Doing just fine. Then you're dead. Okay, Omen track. We're going to go to blue. And I feel like I messed up something earlier. No, there's no blue. You know what? I think I forgot to advance this. I triggered because it hit. Yeah, let me look at the last card. I think I screwed something up in my head. Not that one. That was this one here. So that would have been at red. Yeah, you know what I did? I spawned a monster instead of advancing the Doom track. Okay, so this monster that I spawned, sorry, that should be up 1 more. Okay, now we're square. Sorry about that. So now Doom track again hits blue, no blue. Okay, now we do the trigger, there's no blue. And then now we do a clue, which could be good. Let me know if you guys caught me on that. And London, another city. That's good. Right next to each other. That's always helpful. And then we're going to do the event. Resolve the comet effect on each monster on the game board twice. Uh-oh. If there are no monsters on the game board, man's doomed by 1. Okay, so I think we're screwed in some ways. So we have 3 monsters on the board. And, okay, the cultist doesn't do anything. He might, but he doesn't. Ligor is going to kill. Oh, good, I rested. That's right. 1 health and 1 sanity. She's just clinging to life here. So now our librarian has 1 health, 2 sanity. And then, of course, our witch over on the mountain board, she doesn't trigger. Nobody has a cursed condition, remember? So there you go. All right. So I do it twice. Oh, damn it. I do it twice. Can I do something about that? That doesn't look like it. Now, the actress has an ability. She got the bandages. But they have to be on the same space. Yep. What did I tell you? All right, so she is dead. Just when things were going so well. That's a bummer. Excuse me while I try to look for a way to fix this. Okay, I don't think so. I do not think so. Let me look at the other gal. Nope. Okay, that's it. She's dead. So I got to mark her over here. That's a sad day. She's dead. Put the little marker on her there. All right, so this is going to slow the game down a little bit. So I don't think you keep the clue token on the person, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to leave it on there just in case. And as she flips over, she has her tickets and all her junk. Do you guys remember if the focus token? It doesn't seem like you would keep the focus token, because how could you transfer focus to somebody? So I'm going to take it off. Doesn't make sense. So we have to go there and test lore, basically. And then we can figure some stuff out. Whoops. I just flipped her card over there. She did have the focus token. And so now I've got to go do that. Now I've got to draw another person. So we're going to go back here. I'm going to pull one out of the middle of the stack. And then we're going to do... Okay. Here we go. Here's I got Khal Drogo, if you watch Game of Thrones. So that is this guy. He gets 8 health and 4 of these and all that stuff. So let me set him up. I'll kind of set him up as I go. So that was that mythos. Oh, I got to set him up now. So let's see. He gets 8 health, 4 of those sanity things. And then we get 4 of these. And then he starts in... Where does he start? Sydney, and it has a fishing net. Great, that's going to be a lot of use. Okay. So I think I just saw his face over here. Yep, there we go. Oops. Start down here. And I'm going to dig out a fishing net from the asset deck. Fishing net, fishing net, fishing net. Really? There's probably one of them in the whole deck. There it is. Yeah, no kidding. I had the ambush combat earlier, but yeah, no full monster combat. Well, I had the combat with the cultists, just pretty lame. Okay, so this guy, you may reroll 1 die when testing a strength combat encounter. So he's got a lot of strength. Okay, so now we can do an action with our friend here, Khal Drogo. I'm just going to call him that. Or we can decide to move first player to our actress friend. So I don't know what to do here, gentlemen and ladies who may be watching. Okay. Let's see. Well, I need to get up here to the clues because that one of these clues will help me solve the second mystery. And I can jump across the world there, coming back around the other side, and then I can make a quick jump through here. It's probably the quickest way to get over there. But, oh, is this a city? What do you know? There's a city right there. Well, we could have him move up there, and um, I don't know whatever else he could do. What's his influence? His influence is 3, and I could get, there's some good items to have here. So let me go ahead and test his influence. Okay, and we're going to roll 3 of those dice, and hopefully get a couple successes. 1 success. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take a debt condition. So if we take a look at this here, there's our dead friend. Everybody say a quick prayer for Daisy. All right. So we're going to go down here, and sorry for the, this is how tight it is. I got to move the wires. So I can get 2 successes. So I've got now 3 successes. Now what I want to get here is this thing. Oh, this thing. So I gain +2 combat. So that's 2, and I can get this for the extra one. You may reroll 1 die. Yeah, perfect. So hopefully Cal gets a chance to do some combat. So I can spend this and this, but I got to find a debt condition for him. So we'll grab these. Oh, there's a debt condition right on top here. You can see that there. So we're going to move this over here, over to Cal. I'm going to set that kind of randomly on the side there. So that was his first action, and the second action will be to move up here in the city, and he can have an encounter there with that. So then the second thing to do was going to be the actress's turn, and what's she going to need to do? She probably can get out of Dodge. That's what she needs to do, because not a whole lot. I mean, things are cruising along okay. So I can move here, and then I can take the free jump down to Antarctica, right? So I'll move her there, and now she's down here at the bottom. I can't move again. I can't rest. No, I can rest. You can rest anywhere, right? I think I said before you got to be in a city. No, you can rest as long as there's no monsters. You can rest. Yeah, I'm thinking that buying assets. So she should rest because she's only got 1 sanity. Yeah. So yeah, 1 health, 1 sanity. That's the right thing to do. All right. So she's up to what? See, 3 health, 2 sanity, and Cal has a whole bunch. Now let's take a quick reread of the mystery card. I could solve 2 mysteries here in the space of like 10 minutes. As an encounter, investigator in City's Place containing a clue may attempt to investigate an eerie disappearance. He draws and resolves the mysterious disappearances cards. And I assume that are these, right? Yeah. So I can do this at the end of the Mythos phase if there are clues on this card equal to half. Okay, so I have to succeed. So let's read the top. You have gone to the police in hopes of finding fresh leads in the disappearance of several citizens, but the lieutenant aiding you is acting strangely. Roll for influence, which is 3. So we're going to do that. Then I'll read what the encounter is after. So he doesn't have any special abilities to do with influence, unfortunately. He's not doing combat. Yeah. Okay, none of that stuff helps him. Yes! There we go, success. This is the easiest game ever. The first time I played this game, it was super easy. Then every time after that, it was not so much. Okay, so you do the top part. If you succeed, you do the green part. If you fail, you do the bottom part. Well, let's do this success. You recognize that the lieutenant is under a guise and attempt to steal his Aegeus? What is that, like a trance? Like being hypnotized? And steal his case files before making your escape. If you pass, place the clue token on the active mystery. If you fail, he tries to keep a secret from getting out, lose 1 health, and gain 1 injury condition. So we need to test observation, which we have 3 for. Otherwise, we're going to lose a health and get jacked up. So let's do it. Come on. Yes, 2 successes. All right. So we put the mystery here. Go back to the center. He's going to jump down there. So if we make it through the Mythos phase, that's mystery number 2 solved. So that's pretty cool. We get anything else? That's it. You just put the clue on there. Okie dokie. So a little bit of a disjointed narrative, but I'm spending so much time jumping around, it's hard to keep it. All right. Second encounter is this one. She's just going to do a basic encounter and try to keep her wits. So she's in the sea space. A school of dolphins has surrounded your ship. That's cool. You may become delayed to spend the night in this spot. If you become delayed, the Elder God Noddens visits your dreams, and you spawn 2 clues. Okay, so delayed basically means I get 1 action next turn. Because you delay, take your first action to wake up. Is that right? Or do you lose your whole turn? Oh, let me look it up. Delay, 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 delay. It's been a while. Delay. So, delayed. Yep, you lose all your actions. That's correct. It's a problem when you have too many game rules going through your head. Like, oh, I lose 1. No, I lose them all. So I want to lose my whole turn to get 2 clue tokens on the board. Well, we have a couple out there. They're convenient. I don't think I want to do that. I don't know, that's nice. What do you guys think? I don't know. See, I can delay her, waste her turn, get 2 clues out on the board. Yeah. We're going to solve the second mystery right now. So it might be nice to have sort of prepped up, some clues on the board. Of course, it's always good to re-roll and things. But I feel like I want to get her up to here where she can... 2 on the board. You spawn 2. It says spawn the 2 clues, so they're 2 on the board. But yeah, I can get up here and then, encounter her and get all her stuff. Or at least probably I have to read the encounter when I get there. Or what? I have 2 clues here. Again, we just put that clue there, so we're good. I don't know. Should put it to a vote. Let's see here. Okay, so type 1 for delay and 0 for skip it, if you get a chance. I'll give it it's like a 30-second delay here from talking. And then whoever votes quickest. Skip it. You say skip it? Keep the actions? Okay. So error says skip it. Unless somebody has a strong argument against that, I'm going to skip it. I don't know what my gut's telling me, so I'm going to skip it. And now, Mythos. Okay, so we got to get through this without losing the game, which shouldn't be too bad. Alright, so we do the Omen track. The Omen track up here. So that's green. We do have a green gate. 2 green gates. So Doom goes boom boom twice. We do the surge at the 2 green gates. So let's draw it out. So the first monster is going to go to San Francisco. That is going to be another one of these hounds. Oh, that's the one. That's funny. That was the one I drew and put back. Okay. So that's the one that's going to migrate and jack me up. And there's a Wendigo here. What do these do? These just beefy? Kind of beefy. Okay, so this guy's going to go to Istanbul. Couple monsters out there. Alright, so the next part, did the monster surge? See, we spawned a clue anyway. So, you might as well just leave it. So we spawn a clue. Plateau of Lang, again, which is out here. There's that spot right there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put that there. And that's the thing I noticed, speaking of the gates and things, when you play with like a little amount of players, you don't really worry about the gates. Probably 3 and less. But as soon as you play like 4 or 5, we played the 6 players couple months ago, and you got to really get on the gates because they're just coming out. Because again, it's based on this card, so you got to have some folks dedicated to combat and closing gates and things. So there's that event. Draw and resolve another Mythos card. Oh my gosh. If this is the last of the Mythos deck, lose the game. Of course, this is one of the hard ones. You know what? I'm trying not to curse on the internet, but if this was game night, I'd be throwing all kinds of... Oh, look, a blue card. Yay. So we spawned another clue token. There's our 2 clues. Jeez. Where's this? Sorry. That is... I can't even read it. I'm looking through the camera. The Amazon. Right here. That's convenient. We haven't even done the expedition. Then this is going to be something on spot 3. Ongoing rumor. When this card enters play, spawn the Niktasa Epic Monster in space 12. Oh, 3 tokens. And Cthulhu Epic Monster in space 18. When both have been defeated, solve the rumor. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator loses 6 sanity. Discard 1 Eldritch token. That's group spent equal to half. Alright, so we got to kill both these. So this is what it is say. 12 and 18. Let's put that here. Oh, this is, yeah, I meant to put that away. So I got to get find here. Nicosta and Cthulhu. So give me a second to dig those out. I have them in a stack back here. There's Cthulhu. That's not what I want. Nicosta and Cthulhu. There's Nicosta. And then I need the other. Is that like mini Cthulhu? Let's take a look at them. Yig. Here. Alright, so let's take a look at these idiots. First one is Niktosa. And that person is going to 12. What do they do? Where's 12? It's somewhere over here. So this is toughness equal to players plus 2, so that's 4 toughness. Not so bad. Oh, where's 12? 8, 10, 17, 12 down here. And then Nick Cthulhu, that's this guy. Oh, it's water, so it's based on water. Oh, same kind of thing. It's basically the same guy. Oh, that makes sense. They come out together. Oh, half plus 2, so it's only 3. Alright, then that's the guy who goes into space 18. Another C space. Makes sense. So I will stick this card over here. And how many Eldritch tokens? 3. 3 Eldritch tokens. Okay. So, yes, the Wendigo is the white Sasquatch. But is there any other kind of Sasquatch? That's really the question. Okay, so we did that. We put that out. We don't want to lose any sanity. We're going back to the next round. We want to get... Oh! We solved the mystery. Whoopity-doo. So now we're going to look at the third mystery. And I probably won't have time for this. So I'm going to kill it right now. It's a good stopping point. I know. Let's read the mystery. And we can pretend that we did or did not solve it. Alright. Because I don't have any more time. So when this card enters play, search the gate stack and discard pile for all gates that correspond to spaces on the Antarctic side of the board. Randomize the gates stacked and place those gates on top in a random order. So we're going to put randomly all of the Antarctica gates, even if they've been discarded and closed, which is crazy. And then when an investigator closes a gate during an otherworld encounter, you may spend 1 clue to place that gate on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are gates equal to half. So we have to close 1 gate. Okay, it doesn't say you have to close an Antarctic gate. I think it just kind of cues them up to go over there, which makes sense because we're playing against the Rise of the Elder things. So right now, so he could, this is probably an easy target right here, because I close that gate and I put it on there, and that would be that. Okay, so let me try to let me try to keep going here. Final thoughts. Okay, we'll do final thoughts. Well, I already reviewed the game. I'm just going to leave it because I honestly don't have time. But so you can You can play it out. Here you go. You can play it at home. So Occultist from the Elder Things and the Wendigo, with what's his face doing combat, Khal Drogo, and he's got, what has he got there? He's got the Holy Cross and the Profane Tome. It's probably a good bet he could win that. I think we're in good shape. So yeah, so we'll go to main here, right? Okay. So we can see here. Let's put it on our dead friend there, the other camera. So yeah, we really enjoy this game. Like I said, we played a 6-player the other day, a couple months ago. A lot of fun. I've done reviews of the base game. The game has grown on me since initially playing it because it's kind of like you just draw random stuff and it's just random encounters, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like I said earlier in the stream, I had the one game where the guy got blasted by his dad dreaming, and like with that, there was nothing like leading up to those events. But the game, especially with the 2 expansions, you can kind of like weave a narrative through yourself and fill in the blanks and all that stuff. So that helps because there's a lot of location based events and a lot of stuff that like directly targets Antarctica. So it feels like there's something brewing in these locations, and these dark people are kind of working together. And I think even without the expansions, though, you kind of get that feeling that that is what's happening, because as you play the game, you get familiar with all of the characters. And I don't know if that's like a cop out way of saying the game gives you narrative, but it doesn't really to me, because I mean it's Lovecraft, so it's random craziness. So it's kind of goes with it. So we have a good time with it, and it's strategy a little bit, and you beef up your characters and you develop them, and if you die, you get a new character, and you get to go visit your character at the hospital or the madhouse and all that stuff. So it's just silly fun, it's kind of a dark humor. Um, so anyway, appreciate everybody watching. It's kind of a pain to do this. Like I really need, like, I mean, like I could see somebody, like some other folks that have like a lot of money and stuff, or not money, but like they have um some extra stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too much of a tangent, but anyway, drop questions on YouTube and all that stuff, and I'll post it on YouTube and post it on Board Game Geek. So anyway,